T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Right now I'm reviewing Transformers Siege number 50, Apeface. Apeface is a Decepticon. I think it's a Horicon, but basically he's like a double Headmaster. Plus he has a vehicle mode, if you want to call it a vehicle mode. I'm going to go through all that, so let's get started. Here's the artwork on the side of the box. Here's the stuff on the back of the box. Blah, 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 blah. Now let me just get this complaint right out of the way first. First thing you're going to notice when you open this, unless you just don't give two craps about anything, decoration-wise, this white or off-white plastic that they use looks like frickin' candle wax. It is an ugly pearlescent-like type of creamy white. So it looks like a white chocolate bunny or candle wax. It would have been way better if it was just solid white or maybe even solid gray like they like to do. But as you can see, in all the pictures, it looks like this wing piece or wing shield right there is right here. There's a little groove right there where you can port this, but it is not deep and not secure. You can put it right here where it's better, or you can put it on the shoulder, but it's going to be knocking into everything. But I think it's actually supposed to be there aesthetically. Don't like it. This is nicely painted. They put a bunch of paint right here. In fact, it has a lot of paint all over, but since they put all the paint and everywhere else they needed to put it, I gotta look at the G1 toy again, but I feel like there should have been something down here painted that would have made that look better and less plain. This doesn't open, to get that out of the way. Articulation, the head is on a tiny ball joint, so it can look up the slightest bit. Not really look down. It can swivel and all that, and it can tilt and do all that stuff Titan Master heads can do. If you flip it around, this is his ape face, or his beast mode head. The beast mode's mouth is attached to his back, but you can use that as a face as well if you wanted to be honest. Arms do this, rotate, bends that much right there, wrist goes in, it doesn't swivel. Due to transformation, the crazy thing, he would have had a double jointed elbow if they would have reversed that, but they didn't. No waist swivel at all because of how all of this is connected. Leg can go forward, leg can come back into the kibble, swivel, go out that far, knee bends that much, ankle pivot just like all the other Siege guys, and toe tilt forward. Not back but forward, and it is stiff. So that's cool that they put that into consideration, that it needs to be stiff. Here is the Titans Returns Apeface. This is the little Headmaster they gave you. But before I start getting into faces, I wanted to make sure you've seen this one get enough. So, yeah. In comparison, we have this face. This face has black eyes. I don't know whether this is the Japanese face or the American cartoon face. But pop that out. Put this one on. And this was what you'll be working with as far as this head being on him instead of the other. The new Titan Master is kind of weird and different because this is the legs, or these are the legs, I should say. So when you transform it, the face is on the back of the legs, which is different from the other Titan Masters. Rotate this around. The arms are also like way wider than any freaking Titan Master. They gave us this purple plastic, but they painted it. And let me see how much I can get in on this face. Unfortunately, I can't get crispy on the details on their face, but you see the Titan Master one Or the one from Titans Returns, I mean, the face looks like this face on his back. The new one still has the ports on the bottom of the feet. And speaking of ports, there are these little Titan Master tabs right there that keep the foot straight when you don't want to have the ankle pivot engaged. Before I forget, here's the gun. Looks the same on the other side. If you couldn't see, there is a stand port on his backside. And now that we're here, here's a more of a close-up on that waxy plastic. Waxy looking plastic aside, I have been having fun with him. Here he is next to some Titans Returns Deluxes. And here he is next to some Voyager class Decepticons. I don't feel like weighing him, but even with all the stuff he has going on, Megatron still seems to be heavier. Before we move on, here he is wielding himself. So yeah, that's what that looks like if you want this to be his little target master. The purples do not match at all. This one's way brighter. Anywho, transformation. Plop. Plop. Go ahead and put these fists in. Rotate the arm backward. And put that tab in the back of the arm. Rotate the arm backwards. Tab in the back of the arm. And where is it? There's a little square thing or rectangular thing right there. You're gonna need to put the arm into this orientation to keep that like locked into place a little bit. They don't stay tightly locked into place. And go ahead and start pulling this back. Now, this stuff right here, we need to kind of get the ankle pivot engaged. Go ahead and swing this out like that. Swing it out like this. Bring these back down and do that. Now, Combiner Wars. So this thing is like Titans Returns. And Combiner Wars coming back to haunt you. Do that. Take this out. Go ahead and these like peg right there. This stuff is gonna like keep coming apart the whole entire time. So you could figure out your own way to fight with it. This goes underneath of this flap, while that goes underneath of here. Same thing over here. Kind of get that basically lined up, because like I said, it's going to be fighting you the whole entire time. This little clip thing right there needs to clip onto that. And it's sort of like you got to hold this into place while you're clipping that down. And now we can shove this on top of these little notches on both sides. It's like these are supposed to squeeze, and then this thing should like groove right on top of that. But on both sides, like you got to do it on both sides at the exact same time. There we are. Sheesh. Behind the scenes, I just gave myself a ton to edit. Get these legs out. They can come forward like that. Come forward like this. And this is just like the G1 toy. And I even saw comic book artwork with this on the side. Now here, you need to swing this out. Bring this around. And forward. Swing this out, bring it around, and forward. And now we take the Titan Master and shove it in there in this position. And put this gun here. And here's something that's optional. You could store this on the box. On the back. They tell you put it in here. I would just gently put that in and not force it all the way down. force it all the way down and you ain't getting it off. Let me just tell you that. It is frustrating. But here he is in his Cybertronian ape mode or whatever the hell. The head has a surprising amount of mid range. It can come up, go left, go right. Kind of tilt. Yeah, it can tilt and whatnot. If this wasn't here, it can come straight forward. But it is there to let you see. They painted the teeth and the inside of the gorilla mouth. You can kind of see his face peeking through right there, but not really. Let me try to force this. That shield, it is difficult to get off. These arms on a stiff ball joint right there. So that can swivel all the way around and out. This elbow hinges that way and the fingers do that. For my opening skit, I had the arms basically rotated upside down so you can get into a gorilla pose like that. The legs can only kick forward that much before they get stopped, and the knee bends there and the foot does this. So there you go with that. This is how he's measuring up with Powder Prime's Gorilla Optimal Optimus. Standing straight up, this is what you're working with. And here is a deluxe class figure. Jet, spaceship, whatever you want to call it, mode, transformation. Pop the Target Master out. Get that gun off. Flip the hand back in here and back into there. Back in here. Back into there. Put the arm into this orientation. And this is not a solid grip right there. It's just friction. Now we can take this straight up and put this ape helmet up into there. Now these two notches go into these two holes if you're friggin' lucky. Come on. Yeah, there we are. And back here, we need to bring the wings out like this. They kind of tab into a little slot right there. Emphasis on kinda. I guess they would do it more if you push the wings down. Then back here, we push these legs into this orientation and boom. Technically, you're done. It turns into this flying thing. The original toy, I believe this cockpit would open up so the Titan Master could fit in there. That does not happen in this case. And if you leave the Titan Master on here, it'll make these teeth hang out. And it has this little flying deadly anteater type vibe, or what is that? What is that creature called? With the long snout right there. I don't know. But this needs to come off. This cockpit back here opens. You could take the Titan Master dude. I don't think you have to push the arms up. But there's the cockpit with the little feet grips right there. I have not been able to, it is difficult to get the feet on there. You can get it that good, you should be able to shut it. And now, it seems like somebody listened to my Titan Return reviews, and they put a cover over top of the Titan Master so you can't get his head shot off. That was something I constantly complained about with Titan's Returns. There is no real landing gear unless... No, there is no real landing gear. Here is a stand port if you want to have it flying and whatnot. And you are supposed to put that there. So that's what you're working with right there. He is this long compared to a deluxe class figure. I don't like this mode. It doesn't look like anything. I surprisingly have a lot of fun with the gorilla mode, and the robot mode is decent. This plastic, the more I mess with it, isn't bothering me as much. But yeah, problems, I don't like the way certain things tab together, or the lack thereof of tabbing. It does have a lot of paint on it. It would have been cool if this chest thing could open. It doesn't. The transformation isn't too difficult. The main difficult part of the transformation is going from robot mode to ape or jet mode. I'm not going to be a good salesperson right here. It's nice that they gave us this, but this isn't a figure that if I didn't own it, I would be sitting around depressed about. I probably would be longing for it if I didn't play with it, but now that I have, this isn't something that makes me want to tell y'all to just go out there and rush to buy it. It's not as fun as some of the other releases to me, in my personal opinion. But anywho, thank y'all for watching this. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.